All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now back to throw. Rolling to his right. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
To throw now on first down. They'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Back to throw here. They'll roll him out right. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw now on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by a Kenner Witherspoon. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 34. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo underneath for Johnson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now out come the Giants. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll set up a throw. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Blitz. Yeah, baby.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away. Room to run past midfield. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He finds Beckham complete. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Zerline out now to kick this one away. Here's James. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one. 46 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Second quarter now. IMandinGOD and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
12.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Steps away to his left. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
By 20, by 80. Check back, the ladder, check back. 21. Check.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the kick by Butker is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Come on, let's go. 38.
The drive begins with a handoff to Golden. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go. 38.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Eric Armstead in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
11.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 12. 65.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Gets this one left side to Pettis. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
12.
Garoppolo again toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the 1st sack, the 1st turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
11, 11. 12, fellas, here we go.
Garoppolo now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Wait. Bring down. Black 80. Wait, 80. It's our time. Check your house, please. Here we go. Hurry up.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Garoppolo to throw on second down. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back here right after this. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
13. 11. 11. 11.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll toss it to Breida. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now a play fake. Garoppolo forced out to his left. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. To throw is Garoppolo. Screenplay, Johnson. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And Butker able to put this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. New York set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throwing deep for Murray. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Flex round! Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. Here's James. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Here we go. 180! 65.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Garoppolo on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Play action. Garoppolo. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Niners on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Here we go. 180! 11. Check back 11. Go ahead. Let's go. Here we go. Check it, boss.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Garoppolo now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
I got you. 180! 180! Check back. Here we go. Hurry up! 11.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Dancing to his left. He gets it left side to Johnson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Go ahead. Stand up in. Here we go. Hurry up.
Now a toss play. It's Breida. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The Niners on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. Then he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Let's go. 1-9.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Being chased out left. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
This is Gallman. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. 190. 190.
On the ground, it's Gallman again. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd down.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Flex round. Flex round.
Looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Shaquille Barrett in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And they will not get the snap off here. This is going to back him up halfway. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
play action. It's Garoppolo. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And they work this out past the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it second down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Here's Gallman. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Back now here in Santa Clara.
Here we go. Brand 38.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Well, a clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
They're going to look to throw. He finds Beckham complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. Gallman will run it. And an alley to run. And past the 30 down to about the 27. They'll run again here with Gallman. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Now Gallman. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Come on, let's go! Brand 38!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Come on, let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
He'll drop to throw. Out to his left. And this is going to be caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go. Brand 38.
And the blitz does come. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This is a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Go ahead. 11.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Shaquille Barrett in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
White. Check back 11. All right. Let's go, B. Let's go. 21.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. His throw incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. 3rd down here. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Niners on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 19.
11. 6.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And New York set to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
11. 21.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Hey, pull down. Go ahead. Stay at home. Flag!
Garoppolo throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
The Niners on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Check back 11. 13.
They'll They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Back to throw. And this is incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you could go on the field, but okay, I see you. Back to throw. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Open man is Cantrell. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
He's back to throw. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they move the chains. He'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads him into the end zone.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Murray. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! Grand 38!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Zerline out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. To throw is Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Now Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. And my friend, drama as they get the lead here in dramatic fashion in the final moments of this one.
The only way they can win, find a way into the end zone as the time was dwindling. Defense knew it, still couldn't prevent it.
Butker now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for San Francisco, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Dallas Cowboys next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.